B on the gold mic.
B, I'm here. Over here in New York City. Third. Walking our dogs. Getting goofy.
Now you sound like you're from Boston.
Boston.
Little T. Boston.
All right.
Little T.
With that for sound,
okay,
after
perfect.
that, let Ryan take it away.
Welcome to It's Dinner Time podcast with Bryant and Ashley from the Sunday Dinner Realty Partners. I am Jeremy, their producer. Today's topics, we break down life as a real estate agent and how it relates to life with those we love.
All right. Good? Welcome to the Dinner Group podcast.
Delilah.
No, not Delilah. Okay. All right. So we got Susan here.
Hello, everyone.
We got Ashley here.
Hello.
We got Bryant Mitchell here. We got some pretty good topics that we're going to be chatting about today. So the first one, and what this is about is just like maybe there's somebody that's watching this that's maybe in real estate and they need like motivation. They don't even have to be in real estate. They can be in accounting or whatever. If you're tuning into this may be something that you could use to benefit you in business, family, whatever. Because the first question that we have is work-life balance or work-life integration.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
So,
one.
like we see, this is a great example of work-life integration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have your son.
Yeah.
And he came here, and he's behind the camera today,
Yes, and
Right?
he is living his best life right now.
right? Yeah. So, like, if
Living my best life.
if you
Is that a song? Or am I like too
no,
old
it
for
is.
that? Okay.
If you did not believe in work-life integration and say you tried to do work-life balance,
Right.
he would be at home, and then you would be working.
Yeah.
So now you're integrating him into your business, and he is sitting learning something, and he's watching Mama work.
He's also working right now because he wants to save up for a new game. That's $20.
So are you paying him to be here?
Heck yeah. If I wasn't, he'd be wearing a Scooby-Doo t-shirt with holes in it. And
Shaggy? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're goofy here.
No, yes.
Yeah.
So he comes here to work, and he
Yeah, he's
loaded up my car for me today while I was finishing getting it. Yeah.
Nice. How old are you? 12 years old.
He also gets healthcare benefits.
Oh.
Do you have a 401k? Yeah.
So Ash,
Did they match it?
so how do you do it? Do you work-life balance, work-life integration? I know there's a lot of people that try to do work-life balance within real estate, and they feel really bogged down.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm trying to give time to my husband, to my kids, pay attention to real estate. Yeah. So what do you do?
I kind of just play it by ear. So I do try to definitely integrate, especially like if I have clients who also have kids. It's fun because we get to go do things together, and then our kids become friends, and so that's nice. And I get more time with my son.
Right.
But my fiance and I work like opposite schedules. He's a bartender, so yeah. So
Shout out to Dan.
Dan Dixon.
Yep.
#1 bartender, GR, 3 years in a row.
Wow, really?
I think he got second last year.
It's okay. He's number one to you.
Yeah. He's best-ish now. Best-ish. Someone wrote that on there. They're like, should we give this to him? I'm like, let's write best-ish.
Yeah.
We thought it was funny.
I'm laughing,
Yeah.
so it is funny.
Yeah. So that helps like with that balance. But it's nice because I dictate my day. And it is hard to kind of create structure that way. It's new for me because you've kind of got to fly by the seat of your pants if someone wants to see something.
Yeah. You don't have office hours. It's
No.
not like you're a professor. And,
Yeah, like I'm in the office from agent. Some realtors are able to do that, and they just say, well, I show houses from this time to this time. But I try to be super flexible.
but
So
I think that falls into work-life balance.
yeah.
And maybe some of those realtors are incredibly seasoned. And from what I have seen, a lot of people that do that, they're very, very seasoned. They've been in for 15, 20 years. They have a great book of business, and they don't have to go do things that maybe they don't want to do anymore, or essentially chase the deal. You know, they can
Right.
just
Yeah.
they can just make their living, and they do it great. You know, so
Or
for
have
the
other
people that are
people
starting
different.
out, you know, they need to go. They need to go.
I like it. It's fun. I mean, I like that you never know. I mean, I had a client call me on, actually a new person call me on Friday, and we got him a house on Monday. I mean, we found them like that
That's
quick.
awesome.
So you just don't know, and
Yeah.
we only went out one time, so you just don't know. But then that's not always the case. But you just don't know. But it's nice to be able to have that option to bring my son with me. I just let people know, hey, if it's last minute and I have my kid with me, he's coming. But most people, they love it.
Right.
But
I will say though, like, so I'm newer to real estate, and with my second broker right now, and I've learned a lot within the year about also setting guidelines, because I think when I first started, I was so eager, like I was like, yes, and I would like drop everything,
Yeah.
which really stresses me out. But then learning like there's boundaries, like, and being prepared for like the busy times. Like my husband right now, this is his slow season, so it's easier for me to kind of leave.
Right.
But during his busier times, we're now realizing like we should come up with a plan to be prepared for it now.
Yeah. There's also a thing like I've had numerous clients call me at like 10 o'clock. If you pick up the phone or you call them back, then that lets them know that, hey, he'll pick up the phone at 10 o'clock. You know,
Right.
I don't really want to do that, right? Because I preach work-life integration, but I also preach there's a little bit of work-life balance that's involved. When I'm at home and I'm just wanting to watch Grey's Anatomy without my phone ringing.
Grey's Anatomy is your number one choice.
I mean,
right
it's
now?
not. I mean, This Is Us.
This is us. You like this? Sorry, go back.
Yeah, get back off me. I like This Is Us. It's a great show.
Do you cry?
No, I don't cry, but I like this show. It's fantastic.
I mean, it's my number one.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
But
See,
I
you're making
cry.
me feel real.
Well, no, because I cry like
All right,
literally.
Can we get
every
back on topic,
Okay, yeah,
please,
sorry.
Susan?
Bryant's about to cry.
Susan! Oh! Yeah.
Where are the tissues?
Yeah, so like when you just want to sit down, have some time with your family.
Recharge
late
time
at
is what I
night,
call it.
like 11
Yes.
o'clock. You pick up the phone at night, 11 o'clock. You get those clients that are like second or third shifters. They're gonna pick up the phone and call you. That may not be the client that you want to work with, and you have to be able to either find somebody that they are comfortable with talking to them at 11, and just give them that client and ask for a referral. Boom, there you go.
Right.
But work with people that do kind of fit the way that you want to do business. You know, there's tons of different stories that you can have about that, where persons are working with individuals that they just don't click. It's knowing that personality type, being able to quickly analyze is this person a DISC, and where am I? Can I work with this personality? Sometimes you just can't, and it's going to end up being a lot of headache. And maybe you could pass it to somebody. You know what? They will work much better with them, because I'm going to end up just spinning my wheels and not even closing anything.
Right.
Wow, you guys did that both at the same time.
Did she do the? But yeah, not everybody has to like you, and not everybody has to get along. That's just like the fact of life. Like I think when people don't have their egos in check, it makes that harder, because people are like, everybody has to like me. No, that's not the case.
You know, I don't think every client that I meet, they're gonna walk away from the transaction being best friends, and I'm calling them up and texting them and everything. There's a lot of transactions where you're very jovial with people if you see them at the Myers or whatever, but you're not inviting them to a bunch of barbecues and all that other kind of stuff. But that kind of goes back to your CRM and making sure that you're staying in touch with people, and KW Command and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah.
I would say that obviously I rein it in a little bit when I'm meeting people for the first time. But I'm pretty much myself, and and so they know what they're getting into.
Right.
Yeah.
They're warned. No, but I'm myself, because I want to be able to, especially with such an important transaction. Like I want to be able to be honest with them and feel like we have a really good rapport. So if they don't like me off the bat, then they're probably...
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's personable. Like if you bring your kids out, they've obviously brought their kids, and you're like, hey, do you mind if I bring... You guys are makes it very sticky.
Yes.
Right? So like, they really like you and not just being a realtor. They like you in your whole world.
Right.
Like, and that kind of relates even back to what we do with like the benefit model and the way we consciously give the 10%.
Yeah.
You're getting a person that already has a know me, love me, trust me type of bond and feel. So it makes life a lot easier when you're going through the stuff.
Which is funny because when like I have friends that have recently purchased and they didn't use me as a realtor, which is fine. Like it happens. 100%, no hard feelings.
It doesn't happen to me.
The reason, but their reasoning is they don't want to lose a friendship, and it's like, well, I wouldn't do like.
That's their excuse.
Right.
Yeah, that's their excuse because they. I mean, and I'm not even trying to be mean, but they probably felt like you couldn't handle their transaction. Yeah. And I've gotten that from people. I've been in this thing 14, 15 years. And you get people that, you know, like you see it on Facebook. Like, man, we haven't talked to such and such in a while. They didn't even show up to our last barbecue. What's going on with them?
Right.
You look at the Facebook, you look on the Facebooks.
The book of face.
You look on the Facebooks and they done got them a new house. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, you don't have, I'm not going to get mad.
Oh,
no. There was a time when I would be like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm just not that good.
I've had someone say to me once, like, I just don't want you to know my financial stuff.
I've had that too.
And I think a lot of people are like that. Like, we're too close. I don't want you to know, like, everything which, I mean, we see so much. It doesn't even.
Right, but for them, they see one.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
they see
true.
this one transaction. And they think that you're going to be like on Facebook or Twitter.
Or
you know,
like
saying,
staring at their bank statements.
$5.74 a minute or a month.
She needs to take me out to eat more often.
Yeah.
Remember when you made me split that bill at dinner?
You had the money. You had the money.
Yeah. Remember when you hit me up for that $10 you loaned me?
Yeah. You give me that money. You got it all day. But yeah. So what else do you guys want to talk about on that before we go to the next question?
Family just the balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can take over your life. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you,
totally
but
interrupt. It's fine.
it totally can. It can seep into like every aspect. Like the other day, I was like, "What do you think of me when you think of me, Dan?" He's like, "Yeah, you're on your phone." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I gotta like figure out a way to just be
Present.
a little more present.
But you know, the alternative. This is a demanding job, and I'll tell anybody that getting into it.
Yes.
You know, being a realtor, it's almost like. I don't necessarily want to use a Bill Cosby reference, but remember on the Cosby show when he'd be like, "Clara, I gotta go deliver a baby." You know, like
Yeah, you're on call.
you're on call. Like you gotta go I gotta go deliver this baby real quick. You know, so you're out the door. Wow, you know, you come back in an hour, but that's part of our job. If we're not doing that, then that's like my 9 to 5. You know, my 9 to 5 just isn't where I go sit at a cubicle all day.
Which I love it. So sometimes it feels like it's all day, but it's not always all day. Like you get breaks and you can
go do whatever you want.
Yeah, like I can go to my son's like speech appointments and because earlier in the year I was thinking about getting, or not in the year, a couple of years ago, like a 9 to 5, and you miss out on stuff.
Miss out on a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to demean people that are watching this that have 9 to 5s. We need you.
And everybody, and some people love that. They like to know that they have weekends off. They like to they just need that structure, which is fine. I was like that for years, so I get it.
And so back to me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I have 3 boys and Tree's with me today, but then I have 2, Liam and Neil, who are younger, and they both have autism.
Okay.
And so this has been like the most ideal profession for me because I can make really good money, but I can also take them to their appointments during the day where there's no way I could do that during.
No, you'd be taking PTO or then they would come up to you and be like, "We're going to need to talk to you about how many days you're taking off."
Yeah.
Yes, and it's stressful. And
It is.
So for already stressed experience and then making it more. But on the other hand, now I get to volunteer at the holiday parties.
Yeah. I just imagined you dressed up like with a candy cane, like, Yeah, that does help because my son's in speech too.
Oh, yeah.
So like it does. I mean, sometimes things just don't work out for that, but for the most part,
Well, I mean, I had a great story about real estate. I mean, with the boys, when my twins, Levi and Logan, were born, they were in the hospital, like, because they were born early.
Oh, yeah.
So every day I would go see the kids. I think there was one day that I missed, but real estate was still flowing. Right?
Yeah.
I was still able to go out and show the house, still able to put properties under contract, still able to work with the clients, but I was able to be flexible. That schedule was very flexible so that I could go up and see the kids. I don't know of any other job that I could do that.
I know.
Right.
I wrote, when my dog was lost, I wrote a purchase agreement on the railroad tracks we got the deal. But I just thought to myself, wow, like I could actually, totally different, but just take the time that I needed while still working and working my schedule around. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can work it around whatever your value proposition is. Like
exactly.
Whatever you want to spend your time with in your life, you can work real estate around it. You know. So,
Well, that was a good question.
yeah, that went on for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. How long? 15? So positive and negative mindset is the next question. So do you feel like having a positive mindset is a positive within your real estate business, to be able to look at things in the bright side?
Always look at the bright side of your life.
I think yes, but also to surround yourself with positive people is huge. Because like when I'm ready to lose it and throw everything out the door.
Yeah, you come in the office and we do poop jokes.
And
I have to poop right now.
Jeremy used to have like a full head of hair before I like signed up for that. I'm just kidding. But just finding the right positive people in your life to keep you motivated, your spouse, your coworkers, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
You always want to be around people that inspire you.
Yes,
kind of
that's a
and when
good
you're
word.
not,
Can I do it? She lifts you up so I can. All right.
move mountains.
Can you please act like you have wings right now?
Yeah.
I think I don't. I try to. I'm a pretty positive person.
Mm-hmm.
I get. Is overwhelmed the same as negative? I guess I don't know.
No, it's
it
like
just-
anxiety can make you that way, but
But I just think about how you
So-
handle your overwhelmment or your anxiety.
And that so I will. That's when I was saying earlier how important it is to have uplifting people, positive people, role model, influencers, motivator, whatever, by you. So that's kind of like who I reach out to. And like I have people for all. So I have like my people for real estate. I have my people for like kids stuff. I have
yeah, it's important to have your people.
Yeah.
yes.
And your
My
clients.
parents are like huge.
Your supporters.
Yeah. Even though they're in New York, they should move to Michigan. But they are really helpful.
Yeah. I try to wake up every morning and just see like how far I've came in my life, and I try to just strive for something bigger always. Like there are obstacles that are big and can take you down, but I just try to like look for the positive. Like when my dog went missing, we put our house up for sale. Our best friends were getting married, and I found out that my cousin was really sick in Tijuana all in one morning.
Yeah.
I woke up and I said, you know what, I'm going to slate this fucker. I'm going to slate him. I got it. You can bleep that out if you want. But I did. I mean, like, is that from a movie?
I don't know.
I'm gonna slate this? Well, anyways, I think it is. But I did, and I just, like, if you put your head down and you don't let it become you, you can conquer it. And it's the same with, like, with other clients. If they're going through something hard, you got to be positive, because if you're negative, your energy just flows onto them because you're the professional. Like, I mean, there are times when you have to be like, okay, this is to come to Jesus, but there's a time and a place for that.
Yeah.
Because most things, like you always say, it'll work out. Like when you called me and you were like, hey, things work out. It is out of our hands. Like there's a reason why things happen. We don't know what they are, but in the end of the day, it'll work out, and it will. And you have to like keep that mindset of it'll work out.
Yeah, but being able to instill that into your client is sometimes hard, because they're like,
I just missed my mouth.
they are sitting there and they're just like, they're high anxiety because they're moving. Maybe they have a house to sell. That house is sold. They're getting ready to buy this house, and then
There's multiple offers.
Yeah, or they got the house. Now they're dealing with inspections,
Possessions.
and so being able to essentially talk that person off of a cliff, is what you have to be good. And for me, it's just like I always instill it at the beginning. I say, look, if the deal is going to work, it's going to work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Like price and terms. Sometimes in this market, we in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the market is so hot.
Yeah.
And if you have a number, say you're at 200,000, that's your max, and you look at this house and offers, the house is listed at 200 and they have 16 offers.
Right.
Let me tell you something. This might not work out.
Right.
And being an agent, that's kind of what you have. I don't think that's negative. I just think that's more the reality of the matter is there's 16 offers on this house, and the house is listed at 200.
Right.
In an area that goes for 275
Right.
normally or whatever. And there are ways to make an offer stronger, and I always talk that through, but then I also talk about the offers that are probably coming in.
Right.
So that they're set up for
This is
Not
not a
such a-
negative.
yeah.
This is just what can
preparing,
happen. But
yeah.
if you don't put the offer in,
You'll
never
never
get
know.
It.
Yeah.
You'll never get it. So let's put the offer in.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me to write the offer. Let's put the offer in.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just being honest with them up front and
Yeah.
but saying it in a positive, delightful way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you don't let them know, then you would come off as being negative. So
Right.
you're calling them and saying, Sally, Bobby, you didn't get the house. Yeah.
Well-
And now that's negative to them. They're just like, oh my God. Hey, I told you there was 27 offers on the property. We didn't get it. So we keep moving, right?
Right.
We keep the ball moving.
But also showing like I know this is hard, like that
Yeah.
remorse,
Yeah.
like not like,
It
"Oh,
is
this
hard.
sucks."
It's really hard. And it's stressful, especially for people who are first-time home buyers and they're
Yeah.
looking they have a lease. I mean, all those things are very difficult to
Yeah.
And their expectations of what like they're like, oh, we can 200,000 for a house, it's gonna be move-in ready. And I'm
Yeah,
like, what
that is
actually?
the hardest. Not always the case.
Yeah. Did you know there was mold in the basement? This house went for how much? Yeah. Hey, it happens. But you know, just
Flood
setting
zone.
it. Yeah, it's in a flood zone.
It's a personal issue.
Yeah. So anybody else got any topics on that? Any other points?
My grandma left out The Secret the other day on my kitchen peninsula, it's actually called. And it just kind of like reminded me like what you give, you get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She let out a secret?
No, like the book, The Secret. She like took it from
Oh.
my like just to like remind me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like she left out a secret. I didn't know she left.
She left
a
out
note
a
for
secret.
you on the
A
thing.
secret too. Just a reminder.
Just want to tell you something.
It's a magical too.
Okay. So, do you guys have any other questions that you would like to cover?
Why don't you answer that?
Positive and negative to me, I mean, it's in my life, I look at everything as, I mean, I've seen I sound like a super old dude. I've seen so many things.
I went to school barefoot, walking back and forth in the snow.
I used to climb up 5 miles to go to school, and then
This
we
is a
had,
fake guy.
had an incident back in 1963.
I lost my fingers because of frostbite.
You see this polio vaccine? It's on my whole arm. Those are pretty bad though.
I like that you're wearing a flannel shirt too, Grandpa. Go
Making
on.
me sweat. Thank you.
The tingles in your armpits. I hate that.
So, I mean, I was in this real estate when 07, 08, and I've seen it be terrible, right? So what we're seeing right now is like, I mean, this is nothing but positive in my eyes. I mean, because I've seen it be like really bad, and you know, like trying to look at it in a positive or a negative lens. The negative, I've always learned that you do learn a lot when negative things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've always learned that life is like kind of like a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That when it goes down, you know, that's when you get your learnings.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to process it that way, though. You have to process it in the fact of like, okay, well, I understand, first of all, that this is low, but I know that it's not going to be like that forever.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't
And-
get the momentum to get back up.
Right. You know, so you take what you're learning down here, and you'll actually learn more down here than you'll learn when you're up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, people just don't learn that much.
Well, and I think all my not so great experiences in my life have brought me to where I am
Right.
today.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you shouldn't make the same mistake twice.
no, but sometimes you do.
Yeah.
But you learn from it. But
Yeah.
anyways, it's funny. Everyone's like, "How did you end up in real estate? You have your degree in teaching." I'm like,
Yeah.
literally,
That
like
was so good too.
how my career path went. It's like this is exactly where I should be. But even though, anyways, you talk. I'm done.
No, that's all I got. I try to look at everything as being positive. Like it took me a long time to get this way, but if you're late for an appointment and you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a negative, I'm late for an appointment. But I changed it into my mindset of like, okay, what if I was on time?
Yeah, I do that too.
And then like
Maybe this
you
bus
look
would've
at why
came earlier.
why are we late? There's an accident up here. That could have been me. Like, so everything happens for a reason.
Right.
Like everything, it's a domino effect. Like there's nothing that happens here that is or is not that is in your it's in your control, right? Like everything happens because I believe in Jesus, right? So
Right.
everything happens because Jesus allows it to. Like this.
Wait, what?
This event.
Just kidding.
These events happen. Everything. So,
There's a bigger picture for sure.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. So
It's
that's,
easy to think in the now, but there's,
yeah.
everybody's thinking in the now all over the world.
Right.
So.
Right, but just kind of like maybe spiraling into another question of goal-oriented. Things can happen left and right, business-wise. Maybe I should go this way. Maybe I should go this
Yeah.
way. Maybe, but if you have goals set up, incremental, short, and long-term goals, you can kind of pick your pathway. This doesn't match that goal, so maybe I shouldn't do that right now. We'll just put that in this little folder right here. Maybe we'll do that one later. But, just being able to navigate your own life, not by the seat of your pants, but actually having a map that may work. We realizing that A to B, if you have A to B on here, you might not go A to B. You might go A, B, C, D, G, H, V, and then you
Which
come
is
back
a lot
to
like
B.
real
Right.
estate
Yeah.
too, because there is no linear. There's a linear path, but there are many
Yeah.
ups and downs with it, because not every deal is the same, and you deal with different things all the time, and
Yep.
different things come up, and
Yep.
it's kind of just being prepared to handle those,
Ups and downs.
and the new
Yep.
situations that arise, and the different personalities you have to deal with,
Yep.
which is
Yeah. and
sometimes the hardest part. Is really monitoring how you react to something, because everything that you do
Right.
affects them. So
Yeah. Client-wise, you never know what you're going to get. You never know where that next client is going to come from. So just always being ready.
yeah, it's one of the most stressful things, isn't it? Like death, marriage, buying a house, right?
Public speaking is in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
About videos,
Pop-up
live
videos.
videos.
are you still nervous?
I hate those.
Me too. I still can't
I
do
haven't
it.
done one yet, so I guess I shouldn't say I
You're
hate
doing
it.
one right
I
now.
practiced in the mirror today. I was like, hey,
This is
look
all
into my
live.
house.
This is going on Facebook Live right now.
No, it's nice.
I know,
Lying.
just kidding.
He gets the curl. So does my husband.
Looks like he's pooping his pants.
So, all right, we're good. So, once again, I don't think I said it, but thanks to Muse for allowing us to shoot here. And if you ever need any space or you want to show off your artwork, if we got some artists watching this, great venue to hang your art and have a gathering at if you need to. So, thanks for tuning in to the podcast. All right, bye.
It's like all pissed off.
Clap for sound.
Clap, 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 clap.
Make it clap.
Muse social media. Yeah.
We make it clap. Sexy lady, come down and down.
Oh my god.
Make it clap.